Welcome to the mystery of life.
Bigfoot, also called Sasquatch, is an ape-like creature said to live in the forests of North America. Many have tried to prove the existence of Bigfoot. Some people claim to have seen Bigfoot with their own eyes. Some even claim to have video and audio recordings, photographs, and casts of large footprints. Many of these claims turn out to be hoaxes. But it's curious still that this hairy monster appears in old tales of people who were living on these lands a long time ago. Most mainstream scientists do not believe in Bigfoot. Even after learning about folklores and mythologies of the indigenous people, scientists believe Bigfoot remain as a fairy tale, or mistaken for some other creatures of the woods. These include skunk apes, almas, yeren, yetis in Asia, and yoes in Australian. If you saw one in the woods, you would say yoes, alright. Bigfoot is most often described as a large, muscular, ape-like creature covered in black, dark brown, or dark reddish hair around 6 to 9 feet tall. Some descriptions say they can be up to 15 feet tall. Some would say they are more man-like than ape-like, because they have man-like face. A man claimed to have been able to shoot a Bigfoot with his rifle, but he didn't pull the trigger because when he looked through the scope, it looked like a man. People also say Bigfoot has broad shoulders, no neck, and long arms. This gives skeptics a reason to say that Bigfoot is just a bear standing upright. Some say that Bigfoot has yellow or red eyes that glow in the dark. But no other ape-like creatures, including humans, have eyes that glow in the dark, so it may have been owls, raccoons, or possums in the trees. The owner of the Bigfoot Discovery Museum in Northern California, Michael Rugg, claims to have smelled Bigfoot. He describes it as, "Imagine a skunk that had rolled around in dead animals and had hung around the garbage pits." The name Bigfoot comes from mysterious enormous footprints that were found, some as large as 24 inches long and 8 inches wide. Some footprint casts also have claw marks, making it likely that they came from known animals such as bears, which have 5 toes and claws. For context, the largest human foot size was 18.5 inches. In Central California, the local tribespeople call Bigfoot Hairy Man. Their ancient paintings of Bigfoot and family are estimated to be between 500 and 1,000 years old. 16th century Spanish explorers and Mexican settlers in California told tales of dark watchers, large creatures alleged to stalk their camps at night. A French Jesuit priest was living in the region that is now Mississippi, reported stories of hairy creatures in the forest known to scream loudly and steal livestock. People tell stories about a shape-shifting creature that protects the forest. The name Sasquatch is roughly translating to hairy man in the Halkomelem language. Members of the Lumi family tell tales about creatures known as Semiquez. The stories are similar to each other, but details differed about the creature's diet and activities. Some versions tell of more threatening creatures. Children were warned against saying the names so that the monsters would not come and carry them off to be killed. The Iroquois tell of an aggressive, hair-covered giant with rock-hard skin known as Stone Giant. In 1847, Paul Kane reported stories by the natives about a race of cannibalistic wild men living on the peak of Mount St. Helens in southern Washington. An alleged famous incident in the region was in 1924, in which a violent encounter between a group of gold prospectors and a group of ape men occurred. These stories were reported in the July 16, 1924, issue of the Oregonian. They have become a popular piece of Bigfoot lore. The area now being referred to as Ape Canyon. U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt, in his 1893 book, The Wilderness Hunter, writes of a story he was told by an elderly mountain man named Bauman. Bauman told a story about a foul-smelling, bipedal creature that ransacked his beaver trapping camp. The creature stalked him, and later became hostile when it fatally broke his companion's neck in the wilderness. Reverend Elkanah Walker from 1840 tells a less scary version of the creature. Walker was a Protestant missionary who recorded stories of giants among the natives living near Spokane, Washington. These giants were said to live on and around the peaks of the nearby mountains, stealing salmon from the fishermen's nets. Bigfoot may have been mistaken for one of these giants. More on how Bigfoot got its name. In 1958, a logging company in Humboldt County, California, discovered a set of large, 16-inch, human-like footprints deep within the mud in the Six Rivers National Forest. After showing his coworkers, many claimed to have seen similar tracks on previous job sites as well. The logging company men soon began utilizing the term Bigfoot to describe the mystery. The logging men thought someone was playing a prank on them, but continued to see more of these numerous, massive footprints and contacted reporter Andrew Genzoli of the Humboldt Times newspaper. Genzoli interviewed lumber workers and wrote articles about the mysterious footprints. A plaster cast was made of the footprints, and Jerry Crew, the logging company bulldozer operator, holding one of the casts, appeared on the front page of the newspaper on October 6, 1958. The story spread rapidly throughout major media outlets including the New York and Los Angeles Times. From then on, Bigfoot became a popular term, referencing a large, unknown creature leaving massive footprints in Northern California. In 2002, the family of Jerry Crew's deceased coworker Ray Wallace said that their father had been secretly making the large footprints with carved wooden feet, and that he was responsible for the tracks. Despite this admission, Willow Creek and Humboldt County are considered by some to be the Bigfoot capital of the world. There have been over 10,000 reported Bigfoot sightings in the continental United States. About one-third of all Bigfoot claimed sightings are in the Pacific Northwest. The remaining reports are spread throughout the rest of North America. Most reports are believed to be mistakes or hoaxes, even by those researchers who claim Bigfoot exists. The majority of sightings are within the northwestern region of Washington, Oregon, Northern California, and British Columbia. Others include the rural areas of the Great Lakes region and the southeastern United States. According to the 2019 database that belongs to BFRO, Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, Washington has over 2,000 reported sightings, California over 1,600, Pennsylvania over 1,300, New York and Oregon over 1,000, and Texas has just over 800. The debate over the Bigfoot sightings, whether they are real or not, reached a peak in the 1970s. Bigfoot has since been regarded as the first widely popularized example of pseudoscience in American culture.